I've always been skeptic about the paranormal. My family is deeply religious, so it goes against their beliefs to believe in anything of the nature. But I was on the fence as a teenager because all my friends all believed in it and shared stories all the time. That all changed after one particularly disturbing experience. I was staying at our family cabin alone for the weekend the summer after graduation. I wanted to clear my mind and work through all the emotions that come with graduating. It was also the perfect time to write, and I was heading into my freshman year of the journalism program. I wanted to work on my writing skills and work through some of the required reading lists to get ahead because I'm a self-proclaimed nerd. So I packed some bags and hit the road. I got in around 6 p.m. and got to work making dinner. I whipped up some pasta, grabbed a glass of milk, and headed for the couch to watch some TV. Reaching for the remote, I sighed when it wouldn't turn on. "Oh, who watches TV anymore anyway?" I said, grabbing my phone to watch some YouTube. But almost as a cocky response, the TV came on full volume and scared me so much I nearly threw my plate. After calming down and finishing my pasta, I decided to take a shower to wash the travel off of me. I was midway through sudsing up my hair with shampoo when the lights turned off. I screeched. Calculating my next move, I decided it best to rinse the shampoo out of my hair quickly, just in case this was a power outage and not just a blown fuse. As I stepped out of the shower and wrapped up in my towel, the lights came back on. That's odd, I thought to myself. Dad had just had this place inspected and the wiring updated less than 2 years ago. I made a mental note to call him the following day as I was getting my pajamas on. The next morning after calling my dad, I decided to take a walk to explore my favorite childhood spots. There was a clearing in the woods with an old hollowed-out tree stump where I used to store little treasures, like cool-looking rocks I had found or little toys and trinkets. I grabbed my journal out of my bag and had a seat on the old stump, hoping to write a few chapters in the book I had hoped to publish someday. Nature always inspired me, so I quickly relaxed and started writing. But a few minutes later, my train of thought was broken when I heard leaves crunching and twigs snapping behind me. It didn't worry me as much as it should. I spent a lot of time outdoors growing up, so most animals didn't scare me. I knew not to make sudden movements or loud noises, and most likely whatever it was would just go away. And I was right. The sounds behind me stopped. I knew I wouldn't be able to get back into the groove of writing, however, so I put the journal back in my bag and headed back. There was always tomorrow. Before making dinner, I wanted to fit in a yoga routine. I liked to stay centered. I grabbed my mat and tablet, started one of my favorite yoga videos. But towards the end of the routine, I nearly jumped out of my skin when the door to the master bedroom started slowly closing on its own. I had been so relaxed that the sudden movement and creaking sound made my heart nearly beat out of my chest. Against my better judgment, I got up and headed over to the door and tried to pull it back open. But I was met with resistance, as if someone was in the bedroom pulling it back towards them. "Is someone there? This isn't funny. Please just come out," I said. But no one answered. And just like that, the resistance stopped and I was knocked backwards from the force of the door flying towards me. I landed a few feet back, groaning in pain. Once I collected my thoughts, I got up and made it to the couch to gather myself for a few minutes. I was breathing heavy and my heart was sure to explode any second, so I thought it best to rest for a few. Later, after doing the dishes from my quick frozen pizza and salad, I sat down to write at the old desk in the den. My dad's old pictures and sports memorabilia were still placed around the room, bringing up so many great childhood memories. I cranked out a few chapters and decided to head to bed around midnight. I was asleep maybe an hour when I was awoken by a knocking sound coming from somewhere down the hallway. I got up, still half asleep, and figured I'd better investigate. Grabbing the baseball bat from the closet, just in case, I slowly made my way out the door and into the hallway. My heart was pounding, and I was trying to breathe quietly in case someone had broken in. About halfway down the hallway, I heard a crash in the kitchen. I was positive at this point that there was someone in the house. Clutching the bat harder, I was strongly aware of each breath I was taking and how loudly we breathed. Almost to the kitchen, I braced myself, expecting to turn the corner and be confronted with one or more strong men that I wouldn't be able to fight off. But there was no one. Quickly scanning the room, I realized something was off. Did the blender always sit so close to the edge of the counter? And why were all the cabinets wide open? I began to panic again. There had to be someone in this house with me. I had to check the whole house and make my way back to my phone for help. While going through each room, I realized nothing was missing or out of place, and all the doors and windows were tightly shut and locked. Thinking I was going crazy, I headed back to my room. Do I call the cops? I wondered. And say what? I thought. There was no one in the house, and I was 100% sure there never was. The final straw came about 10 minutes later. I was just catching my breath and talking myself out of running out of the house and never coming back, when I heard yet again another crash come from the kitchen. This time, I didn't even bother with the bat. I sprinted to the kitchen, not sure what I was going to see. All of the cabinets were closed, and the blender was on the ground. I booked it to my room, closed my suitcase, grabbed my keys, and left. This was 2 years ago, and I haven't been back. What I experienced that weekend made me a believer in the paranormal, but no one in my family believes me. They still maintain that believing in the paranormal is a sin, but I believe now. Thank you so much to another anonymous viewer for this chilling story. If you're listening, I believe you for what it's worth. As always, please like the video and subscribe. And with that, see you tomorrow, friends.